ရှင်ကျေးမှုထွန်းကားတဲ့ကျမတို့မြန်မာနိုင်ငံရဲ့ဘတ်စကားပေါ်မှာနိုင်ငံကျက်တည်ညှိုးနှမ်းစေတဲ့ဖြစ်ရပ်တွေရှိနေပါတယ်။ဒီလိုကိစ္စတွေဟာယုံကြည်နိုင်စရာမရှိအောင်အကြီးတန်းပေမဲ့အမှန်တကယ်ဖြစ်ပွားနေတဲ့အမျိုးသမီးငယ်တွေအများကြီးရှိတယ်ဆိုတာမိမိပတ်ဝန်းကျင်မှာစကားသံတွေကတဆင့်သိနိုင်ပါတယ်။
I have experienced these difficulties and troubles. I didn't speak openly about it. I told my close friends, but not everybody. I feel for other women in the same situation. I want to support this project with this song because it is useful and helpful for women. It makes me very happy to help in this way.
In our country, the buses are very crowded and we cannot move. At that time, some men take advantage of that and they are erected penis talking to the girls. So for so many years, since we were young, that the girls, a lot of girls have experience like that.
Mostly, we didn't do anything. We just accept shame, and this is our culture that we don't have way to respond, react, say no.
Before, I thought it happened because of the way I behaved or dressed. But now I realize that this is not my fault. My friends told me that all kinds of things happened to them too. I think it happens to all women.
It started for many girls at a very young age. I didn't understand what he did to me until I was more than 20 years old. It happens from 8 or 9 years old to my age. You will hear more stories to come. It happened by some men 30, 40 years old, some more than 50. Some young men too, but very rare.
My friend reacted back to a man on the bus, and when she got off, he kept following her. That's really scary.
Some say that if we do something, it's possible men will react to us. A lot are afraid to speak out. What is going to be a good way for us to continue? How can we help each other? We have to think about this.
For 5 months ago, our government made big changes for us, and we never heard this kind of government responsibilities over our life.
Since 2011, when a civilian president came into power, people have seen many changes happening in the country. For the first time, women thought about acting together to stop sexual harassment on the bus, to keep women safe in their daily lives.
Our group thinks that, okay, what about we do something to stop this, because our government may or may not arrest us, because we feel that they will want to do more positive changes. So what about we start one campaign?
The campaign idea was simple, yet the action was bold. Volunteers would pass out whistles to women, and men as well, that could be used when sexual harassment was taking place on the bus. If a woman was being harassed, she could blow the whistle to attract attention and ask others to surround and protect her. Or, if a man or woman saw harassment, they could blow the whistle to intervene. The group decided on this approach because they wanted actions that would be nonviolent, fit within Burmese culture, and were easily visible to the public. Most importantly, they wanted to do something that would stop the harassment and have the widest impact on young women's right to safety on the bus.
At that time in our organization, there is a mentorship program for young women who can be the leader of this women's group. So we bring this discussion into these women groups. They are so ready to do something. They said, yes, let's do it. So we also bring this conversation to other women's group, other women organizations, and other youth group. They said, let's do it. So we quickly organized a campaign committee. It was about 15 people, young people, including 2-3 men, and from 7-8 organizations. On the 31st of January, we could launch a campaign. First actual campaign, we recruited about 200 volunteers.
After launching the campaign, orientation sessions were held for all volunteers. They practiced what to do and what not to do at the bus stops, were informed of the existing laws to protect women, and discussed how to explain the campaign to the public. Many volunteers had questions and comments based on their own experiences.
What do we say when men say they are aroused when we wear a short skirt? It's not our fault.
If a young woman is walking by and a man is trying to intentionally show her parts of his body or a dirty picture, it doesn't matter if the woman sees it or not. Under Section 509 of the law, he can go to jail for 1 year, plus get a fine.
At 8 a.m. on February 7th, volunteers wearing identifiable purple t-shirts with a big red whistle on the front were at 8 bus stops to distribute whistles and information sheets.
On that day, we were so anxious. What will happen to us? Will they arrest us? Will they stop us? Violence? We didn't know. So we went out to the buses, all the volunteers, all the women, they are not sure what will happen.
We saw it was very crowded and we were a little bit afraid. First, drivers and the conductors took whistles and started blowing them. I asked them not to use them for nothing. I said, "Please read the words on my shirt." Then they asked, "Can we help?" So they helped to untangle the strings. I never expected that.
What do you think of this action?
It's good, sister.
Have you had the experience on the bus?
Yes, it happened the other day.
How do you support other women?
If you see it happening, blow the whistle and ask for help. It's good.
Why do you think we do this campaign?
I think it is to protect our culture. How do I say? For the young women's dignity while they are traveling. And also, it's good for young men so they will control their behavior and their manner will improve. I think like that.
One day, do you think this kind of harassment will disappear?
It could happen, I believe, if you can continue to do this campaign. It's good practice.
We were so happy because many people are supporting us. This is what you're doing, so great.
This is good for women's rights. Women have the right to say something when being harassed.
Have you ever experienced this?
Yes, I have experienced it all the time on the bus when I was younger, but now my youth is gone.
Do you support the whistle?
I support it very much.
Sister, what do you think of this whistle action?
Which one, daughter?
This whistle.
It's good. It is dangerous for young women on the bus. It's irritating and some are ashamed to say it. It's the best thing that you have created this kind of campaign.
Did you have this experience?
Yes, very often. Every day we have to take the bus and we have arguments with drunk men. I also help other women if I see something inappropriate. Men don't care if a woman is old, young, or middle-aged.
Do you think that because of this action, someday this harassment will disappear?
I don't believe it, daughter. It will happen in one place or another. If you do this kind of action a lot, it may disappear, but not right away.
Do you support this campaign?
I support it. I like it. It should have happened a long time ago. It's good for young women.
So, the volunteers at 9:30 they came. They are so happy because they have done and nobody stopped them.
We met each other after volunteering at the bus stop to exchange our experience. No one had a bad experience, so they encouraged the project to continue. I am very satisfied.
I get all kinds of experience from volunteering on this campaign. Just now, an old grandmother told me that men who are drunk on the bus are very rude to her, even at her age. She told me that this campaign is very good, and she thanked me for doing this.
They come and ask, what is this activity for? And they really want to participate in it. And some of them, they said, could they advertise for us? And they take some pamphlets and whistle from us. Yes, I'm going to come again next week. And I'm going to call more participate with me. And we are going to do this activity together.
The excitement, energy, and courage of the volunteers made the campaign successful and attracted many other young people to join.
They think they can do it, so quickly they decide that they will do it again on every Tuesday. It's very hard to start thinking about the future because in our culture, in the country, in a situation, we could never set a long time goal. For us, because government has do many changes, and we hope that they will do as much as they can and as much as we want, so that we can plan ahead.
The best thing that I hope will happen, because we do this action that no one has done before, is that it will change something in people's minds. they will know something they should not do. Something will change.
For men, first they will know about this campaign, and later they will gain awareness. And I hope they will be ashamed and embarrassed and stop doing this poking.
But this is a very basic foundation and the basement of other openings like domestic violence, violence against women, and rape, and everything. I think this is the first step that can open up to many things.
Sexuality is very difficult especially for the women. We are close on that subject.
I was 29 years old at the time, and I didn't know. My mother didn't tell us. My father, never. My sister, no. So these are the women's situation. Now we know we have to talk about this, but still very difficult where to start. To which extent it is still for us difficult. This happened on the bus and we accept it because we don't know our body, we don't know sexuality. So during this campaign, we will conduct basic sexuality training. This is the key objective of what we are doing specifically for campaign, to stop that behavior and let women know that we should not accept this. This is our own body, not their sex object. So whenever we have an orientation or training session for the volunteers, we emphasize this. This is a time that we can say no.
Take me down and take off, but Scarboy, young yin, yet don't treat it, treat him a little day. Yes, I looked at you, go down, ha, money, body, never can I wait. Go and can Zabiro, yin, Yangon, young to joke of people, with a later, more live, you'd be the take me down and think of the Scarboy, young yin, yet don't treat it, treat him a little day. Yes, I load that you move, come down, ha, money, body, never can I wait. Go and can Zabiro, yin, Yangon, don't you joke of people, with a later, more live, Yangon. Don't you joke of people with a later, more life.